A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English, 'cause it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone and welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Lauren.
We are going to be respecting the past in traditional Asian practices today, Laura.
Yes, we are.
Does that sound exciting?
We have to be a little bit more serious, I guess.
Well, also, we have to talk about how interesting this really is.
Right.
Even with a title that's a little dry, but it's all about learning about culture, learning about traditions, and one of the cool things you will learn and discover as you travel the world and travel through life is that different parts of the world do things in different ways, but often for the same kind of reasons. Right? You might call it one thing here and call it another thing there. Do it at a different time, but we're honoring our ancestors. We're celebrating our family. We're celebrating our loved ones and our friends on special days. You know, this is pretty normal.
And you get together.
And you get together, and it's all just the same kind of thing with a different wrapping paper.
Yes.
For example, let's look at our warm-up question. Okay. This is about our topic for today. Which dead family members do you remember? What do you remember about them? There's a clue for our topic. It's a holiday celebrating dead family members or your ancestors, which is a nicer way of saying dead family members.
I am going to go for my grandma for sure. I remember her
Let's do bye-bye for grandma. Yes.
She was a classy lady, always graceful, and she cooked the most delicious, mouth-watering dishes ever.
Wow, just like you.
Well, no, not really. I don't really cook.
You're not a classy lady?
I am.
You're not elegant?
I am.
Okay, just like you. Not the cooking part.
And I remember back, like when I was a kid, every Sunday she'd take me to church when I was little, and she'd share these amazing stories about her younger days.
Really?
Those moments we spent together just talking and laughing meant the world to me. So I really miss those times with her.
Oh, that's nice. But it's also nice you have those memories still so close to your heart. And of course, if you can't see her in real life, you can always look at her picture. And it's also nice that here in Taiwan, we find a few days every year when you, your other family members can get together and celebrate her in all sorts of ways, from sweeping things to eating things to sharing stories like that. So let's look at our teaching as we learn about celebrating family members and also different cultures and different traditions around the world.
Respecting the past in traditional Asian practices. Warm-up question. Which dead family members do you remember? What do you remember about them?
People show love and respect to remember their dead family members during different festivals. Here are 3 examples in Asia. Tomb Sweeping Day. In Chinese culture, this happens at the beginning of April every year. In Taiwan, people visit the tombs or the columbariums of the dead. They bring food, drinks, snacks, and even paper money to honor them.
All right, so I guess some of you probably have an idea which holiday that we celebrate here in Taiwan we will be talking about. Another thing they can do, look at the calendar. What month is it now? Yeah, that's the holiday. So let's look at the article which explains it a little bit more for those 4 people who haven't guessed what we're talking about yet. People show love and respect to remember their dead family members during different festivals. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Here are 3 examples in Asia. Very cool. So I bet one of them, most people will know, oh, yeah, that one.
That one.
And then the other two might be a little different, but also, as you learn about them, you might discover they're a little the same, too.
Right, and I also want to mention the word dead. Yeah, instead of using that word, there are softer or more polite expressions. For example, you can say somebody passed away.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yes.
Family members who passed away, or we could use, this is a little bit more difficult, deceased. Yeah,
deceased.
we remember their deceased family members. Or what about gone?
Gone.
Yeah, honoring their loved ones who are gone.
That's absolutely something you could say. There are variations: passed on, passed away, passed on.
So
here's a casual one: kick the bucket.
Oh, that's right.
If you kick the bucket, that means, you died. So all of these are different ways of saying it. Some people, yes, might be a little upset or sad or even start crying if you say, hey, your grandma died. I'm really sorry. So if you say she passed away, passed on, it's just a polite way of saying that. So let's look at what we're going to talk about next in the article.
Okay.
Back to the article, Tomb Sweeping Day. Yes, Tomb Sweeping Day.
There you go. That's the one I know.
We've been giving you lots of hints about for the last 5 minutes. Tomb Sweeping Day. In Chinese culture, this happens at the beginning of April every year. Yeah, it's one of those movable holidays. It's not always on the same day.
Exactly.
Is it always the beginning of April? It never happens in March?
I don't really know.
Because it might move around over
lunar calendar.
But generally, it's in the first week or two of April. That's right. And we all get a holiday. And many people do still actually go out there and sweep the tombs.
Okay, now you watch out that word. The B is silent.
It's not a tomb sweeping day.
No. It sounds like a name, like a tom with a B. Okay.
Tomb.
Anyways, so you guys might know this Qingming Jie, Qingming Festival. It happens in early April each year in Chinese tradition. It's a time when families honor ancestors by cleaning their graves and paying respects. Kind of like a special day to remember and show love to those who've passed away.
Yeah, it's a nice idea, right?
It's a nice
you go
idea,
up there,
of course.
often maybe in the mountains where your family might put, your dead relatives, and people sweep the graves. I think they often have a little picnic. They kind of spend the day up there.
They do.
Bring up some fresh new flowers, that kind of thing. That is very cool. It says in Taiwan, people visit the tombs or the columbariums of the dead. A columbarium is an apartment building for dead people.
Yeah, and in Chinese, it's called 灵骨塔.
That's the one.
Right.
So often you take the ashes or the bones of the person in a smaller box and you put them in there. It's just a way of saving space, right? So we don't need to have a whole big area for every single dead person. So put them in a columbarium. We also might just call that a funeral home.
Okay.
Or something like that.
That's so much easier.
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
And we mentioned the dead again, and you could also say the deceased or the departed ones.
Departed ones. All right. What do people do? They bring food, drinks, snacks, and even paper money to honor them. Yes.
烧纸钱, right?
Ghost money,
that.
sometimes it's also called paper money or ghost money.
And to honor, it just means to kind of like pay respects, right? 向什么人致敬, that's the Chinese idea.
To salute that person, to show them respect for what they've done, what they've given you, the good things they achieved in life. It's a nice thing to do.
Also, people fly kites and hang willow branches on their front doors. They believe these can keep bad luck away. People don't cook on this day, so they also call it Cold Food Day. Eating cold food like 润饼 is common.
All right, we're back with our article learning more about Tomb Sweeping Day here in Taiwan. We've already learned that people will go to the tombs or the columbariums. They'll clean them. They might have a little family picnic. And of course,
I know.
all the time, they'll be sharing stories of their loved ones, all their happy memories. But there are other things you might find people doing on tomb sweeping. It says also people fly kites and hang willow branches on their front doors. I've seen people flying kites, but I'm never sure what day was that. So I'm not sure they were doing it for this.
I think it's...
But the willow branches? I've never seen that before. I have to look at more front doors this year, I guess.
Why do they do that?
They believe these can keep bad luck away.
I really didn't know this. Well, now I know.
You know, if you're flying a kite, maybe you have bad luck, but you're having so much fun flying a kite, you don't notice that you just stepped in dog poop. That's how they, that's the idea.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
That sounds interesting. What I know, though, is that some people use salt to ward off bad luck by sprinkling it around their homes or even by placing small balls of salt in certain areas.
Okay, I thought you were putting salt on your kite.
No. Or others might hang horseshoes. I'm talking about other cultures.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Or certain plants like a four-leaf clover. For good luck.
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting how different cultures have their unique ways to keep bad luck away.
It does. It is very interesting.
So I would say I'm a pretty superstitious person.
Are you?
So I'm probably going to fly kites next time.
You're going to fly kites?
Yeah.
Maybe you have a willow branch on your kite.
Right, maybe.
And don't forget to put salt on it.
Are you superstitious?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, not
there
really.
There you
go. Am I super? No, I'm not really superstitious.
Well, good for you.
Anyway, people don't cook on this day. Yay! Oh, really? People don't cook on this day, so they also call it Cold Food Day.
I know this one.
Interesting. Eating cold food like runbing is common.
Yeah, Cold Food Day. In Chinese, it's 寒食节, right?
So soups, sandwiches and salads.
That could work. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that's cold and eating things like runbing. That's a must for Tomb Sweeping Day. It's those yummy cold spring rolls with the veggies and peanut powder. Remember those?
Oh, those. Yeah.
They're so delicious.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of Tomb Sweeping.
That's part of it.
Interesting. Can you put salt on those?
Maybe, but I put peanut powder.
Okay.
Yeah. 哇，今天提到的是清明节，那当然我们要对于就是过去的人，我们很爱的人表示尊重。那英文要怎么说呢？我们可以用 respect 这个名词。For example, showing respect for others' opinions is important in a discussion. 没错，在讨论当中尊重别人的意见是非常重要的哦，要聆听哦。单字例句要怎么用呢？ You should show respect for your teachers because they work very hard. 所以可以跟我的学生说，你应该要对你的老师们展现尊重，因为他们很努力工作啊。再来刚刚提到的，这个我其实没有听到这个文化，就是放风筝那风筝的英文我们可以用kite 这个名词 For example, let's go fly a kite at the park this weekend. 这个周末我们去公园放风筝吧。单字例句是这么用的 We wanted to fly our kites, but it wasn't windy outside. 没错，我们想要放风筝，但外头没有什么风这样很难放风筝，对不对？那刚刚还提到了 hang 这个动词，其实就有悬挂或者是吊的意思。动词三态变化为 hang, hung. For example, I always hang my keys by the door so I can find them easily. 我总是把钥匙就是一回到家就挂在门的旁边，这样子我可以很轻松很容易就找到它们哦，不会乱放然后找不到。单字例句提到的是 Zane hung some family pictures on the wall. Zane 他在墙上挂了一些全家福的照片。Common 是最后看到的形容词，就是常见的。For example, pizza is a common choice for Friday night dinners among my friends. 就是在我的朋友圈当中我们星期五的晚上吃披萨是一个非常常见的选择。那再来我们看到的单字例句 Thai is a common Taiwanese family name. A few of my friends have that name. 蔡是台湾常见的姓氏，我们有些朋友都姓蔡哦。再来，我们刚刚是不是有提到 keep something or somebody away 这个片语，就是使远离这样的意思。 For example, to keep ants away from the picnic, we've put food in sealed containers. 为了让野餐远离蚂蚁，就是蚂蚁不要来哦，我们把食物放在密封的容器里面哦。好啦，这就是今天我的讲解，希望大家有学到很多的重要的单词和片语。接下来我们来复习一下哦。
Review time.
All right, we have just a little bit of time to review our 4 new words: respect, kite, hang, and common. Now, because of this, I went out and I decided to fly a kite last weekend.
You did?
And it was very good. First time in many years, but I learned that you must always blank the weather.
Oh, you should always check the weather. Respect.
You should always respect the weather, especially the wind. And I learned that when someone told me that it isn't blank to blank from a blank.
It isn't common to hang a kite?
From a kite.
From a kite.
Yeah, one time I was like 10 feet up. Help me! He's like, it's not normal to be up there. Because I didn't respect the wind.
You didn't.
Respect the wind and your
Respect it.
ancestors, everyone.
Oh.
Otherwise, you don't know what will happen. Take care. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.
Magic box.
Black purple in your area. 안녕하세요. My name is Lisa. 台湾的粉丝大家好，我是 Lisa. 号称呢全球最美脸蛋的我，不仅是韩流天团 Black Purple 的成员，我们的 music video 已经不知道有几亿次点击率，我更成为 Instagram 上追踪的人数最多的韩国女星。到底我的下一步又会怎么样继续发光发热呢 ？Into the unknown， 大概呢就像这个《冰雪奇缘》一样，又是一段未知的冒险了吧？英文里面呢，我们可以用 the 加上形容词来泛指事物或是呢指什么样的人？什么意思呢？像我刚刚唱的那句《冰雪奇缘》的歌 ，Into the unknown， 这边呢 the 后面加上形容词 unknown 呢，就表示未知的事物。我们呢可以再看一个例子Both of them are interested in the supernatural， 他们2个人呢都对超自然的事物呢很有兴趣Supernatural 这个字呢就是超自然的，所以呢 the supernatural 就是呢超自然的事物。所以这边呢我们的加上形容词就用来泛指什么样的事物，表达呢一个抽象的概念咯。那另外呢 the 加上形容词呢用来表示人的话呢，它就用来泛指统称同一类型特性的群体。什么意思呢？我们看几个例子了。The rich 就是呢指有钱的人， The elderly 指老年人， The poor 就是指那些贫穷的人等等我们呢一起来造个句子The elderly have a higher possibility of getting flu， 年长者呢有比较高的几率会感染流感了。这边的年长者呢，我们没有特别指谁，而是普遍的来说，泛指所有年长的朋友咯。类似的用法呢，我们还可以用来表示某国人比方说呢 ，the Japanese 日本人 ，the American 美国人 ，and the French 法国人，还是呢你是 the Taiwanese 台湾人看我这样充满异国风情的长相，我是哪里人？就给大家猜猜看咯。